Hey guys, this is Captain Alex Mason here, and today I'm going to be talking about a game. That game being Call of Duty. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing this helmet on my head, and why I'm carrying this toy M1 Garand rifle, which, by the way, makes noise. And the reason being is because I'm actually wanting to get within the theme here. Because apparently, now, this is on Charlie Intel, which is the only kind of source I like to rely on more when it comes to Call of Duty information. And Sledgehammer Games is the next game developer that will be doing the next COD game for this year. And there's a slight possibility it might take place in the Second World War. And here's why we say it's possible. Because right on the website, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like promotional art, like poster art of it, and it's got a generic name to it. So they're just calling it Call of Duty World War II. So here's what the article says. A YouTuber named under the name of the Family Video Gamers has posted a video of what appears to be images of Call of Duty 2017's marketing artwork, some of which appear to be concepts for final art. The leaked images show that Call of Duty 2017, developed by Sledgehammer Games, will take place during the Second World War era. And then we see different steel plates, depending on what kind of edition of the game you get, comes in different steel booklets and all that. And it shows what looks to be like the beaches of Normandy during D-Day. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to see if you guys could actually see it. I hope you guys can. And then, of course, the poster art, which we saw. The images show artwork that Activision appears to be creating for promotional images for the title. It also appears that Activision has decided to be straightforward with the naming scheme of the game and calling it Call of Duty World War II. This would be probably the simplest name for a Call of Duty game since before Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Back in 2014, Michael Condrey, studio head of Sledgehammer Games, stated that he wanted to see another Call of Duty game set in World War II. I think a next generation game with the latest production values and robustness in a World War II setting like Band of Brothers would be amazing. I agree. I concur, good sir, because if there's one thing we don't see nowadays is what a game would look like with next-gen graphics, especially in a World War II setting. Wolfenstein does not count, because Wolfenstein basically was an alternate reality, and that took place in 1960. Anyway, furthermore, in 2015, Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirschberg said in an interview that it's certainly possible there would be another World War II Call of Duty game. Those kinds of things happen, Hirschberg said. So there's definitely a chasing of innovation and new ideas with a well-worn genre that led people to similar conclusions like changing time periods. And of course, I think that opens up the opportunity for what is old is new again. We do caution, as of now, Activision has not yet confirmed any of this artwork. Thus far, Activision has only confirmed that this year's title is developed by Sledgehammer Games. They also said that Call of Duty 2017 will take Call of Duty back to its roots, in quotes. Personally, I really hope that they go this route, because not only would it actually bring it back to live conflicts, again, like actual conflicts that actually happened, it would get us away from the boost jump stuff, because I'm really getting sick and tired of boost jumping and getting lost to a bunch of scrubs. Now, you're probably saying, oh, you're just being butthurt about losing the game. No, it's just that you can't call a game boots on the... That's the other thing. This Hang on, I'm trying to grab it, but it's like out of my reach. Yeah. This steaming pile of garbage. I don't even know why I own it still. Said that they were gonna be boots on the ground. Yeah, can't do that when there's still boost jumping in multiplayer and campaign. Can't call yourselves boots on the ground now, can you? Freaking ridiculous. But they did, and they got away with it, because why not? But they also, the one thing I'd like for them to do, though, if they cover a World War II setting, is that I hope they at least this time include significant battles like Operation Market Garden, which was the U.S. liberation of the Netherlands, which for some odd reason World at War was originally going to cover it, but then for some unknown reason they scrapped the idea, and I was like, well, that's kind of sad. I really wanted to see what it would have looked like. Never came to be. And then you have the Battle of Iwo Jima, which, when you think about it, okay, you cover Okinawa, but you don't cover Iwo Jima. First of all, Iwo Jima came first, before Okinawa. Second, the iconic flag rising area was of no significance. You're not going to cover a battle that depicts that at all. That's a little strange. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I honestly wasn't expecting... I was kind of hoping that they would cover a different war, like one that actually hasn't been covered yet, or hasn't been covered enough. Like, many people would say, oh, let's see Vietnam. I wouldn't be opposed to having a Vietnam game, but that's not the war I was expecting them to do. I was kind of hoping that they would do a Korean War game, because, you know, Korea hasn't been done at all by anybody, and that war is slowly becoming more and more forgotten. And kind of upsets me, really, because, you know, people died over there. Now, like, people barely even know what happened in Korea. They're like, oh, we actually had troops in Korea? It's like, no, we just had a bunch of people dress up like Americans. I don't know, what do you think? You know, and it's kind of upsetting, because they don't do enough, they don't talk about it much. And the same thing kind of happened with World War I, which was another game I was hoping them to do. However, because of the fact that Battlefield did it earlier this year, they probably weren't going to do it, because I'd probably say that they shouldn't do it, because then you don't want to be accused of basically copying, what do you call it, Battlefield's success with their recent title, because then people say, oh, you shouldn't have, now you're starting to copy Battlefield. Like, okay. Like, if they ever do that down the road, I hope so. I hope they take the opportunity, because the closest thing we have to a World War I setting in the entire COD franchise right now is Origins, and I think they can do better. Especially given the fact that we have next-gen graphics. The other thing I hope that they do, now, do it a whole lot differently than this steaming pile did. Maybe remaster some of their older games, but do not, under any circumstances, put in a supply drop system that features new weapons that were not originally made available for the game. You do that, and I will be upset. Besides, there are plenty of the older games that would definitely look incredible had they have actually undergone the next-gen graphics change, as like what we've seen in Modern Warfare throughout its campaign. And I wouldn't be opposed to seeing the first Call of Duty, given the fact that that game was made back in 2003, an upgrade and a bit of a makeover. And again, the only thing though they'd have to do is they have to make the multiplayer original, no shorting out on maps, because That's what this game did, and then so many people got upset about it, and then they eventually said, we'll put in 6 maps. But they also put in the supply drop system, which actually ended up sucking, because for a while they said, oh, let's not put weapons in there. I'm like, yeah, okay, I mean, I don't like supply drops, but hey, at least they haven't put any weapons. A few months later, oh my god, they put weapons in. Are you freaking nuts? And not only is that a problem, because the weapons are also so OP. Like, for instance, the S12 shotgun, too overpowered. And that XLR, or whatever that weapon's called, can pretty much hit through almost anything. Or at least the ones I've seen. And it kind of ruins the purpose of playing the game, because it's like, I didn't mind anything cosmetic, but when you put in something like that that changes the actual gameplay, I might as well just stop playing. And to be honest, I kind of did for a while. But we're here now, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that sooner or later they will release some information, like a launch trailer, telling us where and when this is going to take place, if it's going to cover a real war or not, if we're going to see any characters from the previous series or previous franchises make a comeback, because it might be possible. I mean, let's be honest here. Treyarch did something with Major Ingram from Call of Duty and Call of Duty United Offensives game, so why not Sledgehammer do the same? I mean, it's possible. That's about it. That being said, I'm Captain Alex Mason, and I'm going to sign off for tonight. But before I do, I want to just tell you guys, I'm currently taking a break from my weekly stuff. Like, every week I change which game to play. I'm actually going to be playing Modern Warfare Remastered for a bit, because there's a thing going on, and you've got like 6 to 5 days now to complete it. I'm going to see if I can try and do it, and if I can't, then I'm going to be like, okay, I guess that's... Hopefully they'll reopen it again, because it would really suck if they didn't. But if they don't, then I really need to figure this out. I need to get as many like points possible, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get the game. Anyway, I'm Captain Alex Mason, and I'll see you guys later.